Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. Yes, indeed, another brand new day. It is looking down onto the notification area of my Windows 10 install, 6:46 a.m. on Thursday, the 15th of February. The month is over half done. How about that? I have a therapy appointment this morning, so yes, I'm trying to get things done quicker than normal. I have to be out of here at 8:15 at the very latest, so can't wait until 7:15 to start, because then it's about 8:15 when the video finishes rendering. I want this to be posted on time. So, I'm early. Thumbs up. Which is kind of funny that I call it early, since I used to like to be started and almost done by this time. I like to start at 6:30. So lately, of the past couple months, I've been starting at 7 o'clock. Don't know why. Oh well. And yes, in a way, I do look upon this as my job. As an American male, especially, it's pushed into our heads that if you don't work, your work is what you are, especially as a man. You are your work. If you can't work, you're nothing, because you can't work, and a man works. And that's actually a big thing throughout the entire world. So it's really a tough thing for people like me, especially with my age. My parents, they were born at about the time of the Great Depression. So they came just after that. Their grandparents, who lived through the Depression, taught them. And then they and my grandparents taught me. So now, especially in today's world of 2015, I've got the 1960s stuff stuck in my head from people who learned back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So especially in my head, self-worth as a man is linked inextricably to being able to work. Well, that's rough, isn't it? I've been disabled since 2003, when I finally injured my back so badly. It's agony just sitting in a chair, even after all this time. If I try to lift 10 or 15 pounds, that hurts so much. It's rough. I can't. I can barely stand up for 20 minutes at a time. That's it. That's my stand-up time for 12 hours. So what can I do? I feel totally emasculated because of my inability to work. Now, I know that that's foolish. So I've got the inner training of my youth coupled with the intelligence part of knowing different. But the stuff that you learn as a child, that is all the stuff that runs subconsciously, that's the stuff that affects how you feel and how you do things. So my inner programming that was set in motion from the first 10 years of my life is all that stuff that says, as a man, if you don't work, you are nothing. So, my job for a long time was caretaker for my wife. That was my purpose in life, my job. My job was to take care of Jennifer. Jennifer was my wife. And it was my job to keep her as happy as possible for as long as possible. And I did my damnedest to keep her alive for as long as possible and as happy as possible during that time. Well, she died in 2014 after 10 long years. Died in my living room. That was fun. She came home from the hospital on hospice, spent like 2 months there. We had taken her to, I think it was University of Washington, because she wanted to see about the possibilities of transplant. And when we got her there, they took a look at her physical condition and said, we need to admit you right now. And so she spent about 2 months there, and while she was there, she decided that it was time to just stop fighting. And she came home on hospice, and 2 weeks later was gone. So that was fun. I've never felt closer to actually going insane from pressure as during that time, because it was like Literally having my psyche, my brain, my spirit just crushed in a vise, getting tighter and tighter and tighter every single day. And you know, the human psyche is rated at like, I don't know, 2,200 pounds per square inch, and it was already cranking up into the 1700s. So it was hard. But I've been trying to pull things together and get things back in semi-working order, which is why I've been going to a therapist, which is why I've been got an appointment to go and get back on meds again for my depression, because I don't have enough money for cannabis. And cannabis, while an excellent antidepressant, natural antidepressant, you have to have enough of it to keep up your serum level. I haven't had enough of it to be able to keep my serum level up. But I'm going to be going through and trying to take care of my head again that way, which is good. It's good. Unfortunately, things were set in motion during the marriage to my wife, because our orbit got tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. The vast majority of people who have something go wrong in a relationship, health-wise, anything like that, is it just blows apart the marriage. It's done. If something horrible happens, that's it. Say goodbye. A smaller group of people get driven inward under the pressure, tighter and tighter and tighter into their relationship. And that was I and Jennifer, my wife. We were driven tighter and tighter together. We became so close. A normal relationship is you've got two people orbiting a common goal, the relationship. And you're out here like this, and you've got kids and pets and household stuff, and it's all orbiting around the common hub of the marriage. We were like this. It wasn't orbiting around the common hub. We were the hub. There was no need for anybody else in our lives. The tragedy of what had been happening to her just drove us together. So, of course, when she died, I really had nothing in there to try and fill that void. I had no work because she was my job. Taking care of her was my job. And then, of course, when you're married, and you're married for a long time, it's supposed to be forever. You're not supposed to watch your soulmate die and then have 20, 25 years left to go. I wouldn't have wanted to have died first, because knowing the sick pain that I have felt ever since she died, I would never have wanted any of this to be what she had felt. So if it had to come down to it, this is the way it should have been, so that she didn't have to feel any of this pain. Thumbs up on that. Oh, I'm going to try not to cry. But because my job is gone, I've needed another job, some focus, because generally what happens, especially with American men, is if you lose your job, you retire, or some such, you don't live a lot longer after that. The further back in generations you go, the more true this is. I do not know how true this is under people who are being born now, who are in their 30s now. But for people who are my age and older, when you retired, generally in about 3 years, you died. Men did not survive retirement because you were taught to work, and suddenly your work was gone. And without your work, there was nothing there, and you died. So especially since I've got so much of that old, ancient stuff drilled into my head, once I got injured and couldn't work anymore, actually out in the world work, I needed something to hook onto, and I hooked onto my wife. She became my job. Since her death and my reaching out for a lifeline, this has become my job. It's not a job and then it's work. It's therapy. It's a hobby. It's something that I enjoy doing. I love doing. I wish I could do more of. I like being able to do 4 videos a day. I wish I could do 5 or more. My computer can't render fast enough, unfortunately. So I can only do 4 videos a day, sometimes 5. I wish I could do more. But it's my job, it's my work, it's my focus of my life, my therapy, getting me through the death of my wife. In vlogging, well, as stated many times, the fact that I'm just yammering extemporaneously off the top of my head. I turn on my webcam and I go. But that's just to bubble sort my brain, and thank you for coming along for the ride. When I don't bubble sort my brain by vlogging and talking, I fall asleep even more than I do under normal circumstances. And under normal circumstances, I fall asleep a lot. I only sleep about 3 or 4 hours a night. I need 6 to 8. So I fall asleep in my chair or whatever all the time. Yay on that. I can't remember where I was going with that one, but unfortunately I lost track of my conversational breadcrumbs, and I can't remember where it was that the conversation was going. I know I was talking about my job and how I consider this my job, but I consider it my job only in that it's something to put structure into my life. I have a structure. I have something to hook my life onto. I've got something that's outside myself to put my time and effort and all that into. Yes, I wish I could see my children more often. Right now, because of the way things in life are, my daughter wants absolutely nothing to do with me, and I can't get either of my children to come down and visit. And getting up there to see them, I do occasionally try to get up there to see them. When they're there, they're either busy or not there. Thumbs up. I wouldn't say I'm estranged from my children, but my children have been raised by my brother-in-law and his family for, well, ever since my son has been like 2 years old or less. My in-laws have been the guardians of my children because I couldn't take care of my children. My wife couldn't take care of our children. We lived with her parents, and they couldn't take care of our children. Her mother had rheumatoid arthritis. She's had a stroke, unfortunately. Her father is psychotic. He's a psychopath. So I wouldn't have wanted him to raise my children. So for, 12 years and some, my in-laws have been raising my children for me. I can barely take care of myself. If I had to take care of my kids, they'd be in foster care by now. So I am so appreciative of my brother-in-law and my brother-in-law's family for raising my children for me. I wish the circumstances had been different. Thumbs up for that. Now, isn't that depressing? I didn't mean to end up on such depressing stuff. Just remember this. You are worth love and happiness. Everybody on the face of this planet is worthy of love and happiness. That includes you. If you feel that you are not, remember, please, when you are depressed or in a bad state of mind, you are not able to think clearly. Because you are not able to think clearly and properly, you are not going to be able to come up with proper, when you follow the trail of logic and you come to a conclusion, that's the word, you're not going to be able to come up with a proper conclusion. It's like trying to add up numbers with a calculator that adds, where the number sequence is 1.989, 3, 4, 5. Things don't add up right. That's your brain when you are depressed or drinking or any such thing like that. Your brain is working like that calculator where 2 is 1.98. Nothing comes out to the right answer. And the more and deeper you go into your calculations, the more incorrect they become. That's what happens when you're depressed. You cannot think properly. If you come up with a conclusion that you are not worthy of love or happiness because of who you are, that is improper thinking of an improperly functioning brain. You are worthy, and you are worth love and happiness. Thumbs up on that. As Jacksepticeye always just wraps it down to positive mental attitude. But it's more than just positive mental attitude. That's a huge part of it. But you've got to remember that you are worthy. And thumbs up for that. Now, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. If you have a YouTube account, and you're watching this, aren't you? Then you most likely have a YouTube account. And if you have a YouTube account, you have a Creator Studio. In the Creator Studio, you have a community tab. In the community tab, you have the comment section. It lists all of your comments in chronological order. I've opened up 24 hours worth. I'm going to thank 20 to 25 people. It is a range because even though I count in ASL on the fingers of my hand in front of my face, I still lose track of where I am and what I'm doing. Gotta love that. I am an American English speaker. We're terrible at names, so if I mispronounce your names, no disrespect is intended. And I am not reading the comments at this moment, and I'm just thanking people for having left a comment. Whether it is a good comment, bad comment, and a different comment, the fact is you left me a comment. Thank you for that. I prefer nice things instead of vile things, but the fact that you left a comment at all is appreciated, so thank you very, very much. So we have Victoria Lewis, thank you very, very much, and Garrett S., thank you. Oh, Derpy Gamer, except all the vowels are replaced with digits, so it was hard to read at first. Galazar Garden, heck of a name, thank you very, very much. Lunch, very cool. Amiral Akmal, I know I'm not close, but thank you very, very much. Kathy Kiskat, thank you very, very much. Dane Robinson, greatly appreciated. Mortifer's Philosophy, son of a gun, nice name. Thank you very, very much. Tig MSP, thank you very, very much. Chris Jericho, it's always good to see you in the comments, thank you. Yuval Grossman, greatly appreciated. Mika Mach 5, happy belated Valentine's Day. A day late. I forgot it was Valentine's Day yesterday. Oops. Angus Chandler, thank you very, very much. David Hensler, greatly appreciated. McFarlane's, thank you. Angst TV, thank you very, very much. Beefcake KFC, nice name. Tundra Keeper, greatly appreciated. Blitz Blast, thank you. Bill O'Neill, thank you, greatly appreciated. Charlie Palmer, thank you very, very much. Black Death 07, thank you so much. 7 Sarange 10, I sure hope I'm close, thank you very, very much. And then last but not least, Ice Damon, greatly appreciated, thank you also very much. As stated, you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thank you so very, very much. It is appreciated to no end. And again, I do appreciate everybody who watches me just ramble wildly and blindly during my vlog. It's because I have no one to talk to, and I'm a talker. I've been a talker my whole life. If I can't talk, I can't process. I need to talk to process. This gives me a chance to process, and thank you so much. I get to process, I get a bubble sort, my brain works, and while I still fall asleep, I'm only falling asleep because I'm exhausted. I'm not falling asleep because my brain isn't working right. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so very, very much. Now, if you could check my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, that would be awesome. Just like one of these beautiful and awesome people. Thumbs up on that, and thank you all so very, very much, even though I'm stumbling over basic English words. Thumbs up and thank you all so very much. It is greatly appreciated. Now, if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes, I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very, very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, a definite good thing. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool, but I would understand if you don't want to. My personality has rubbed people wrong my entire life, so if you do not want to subscribe or you do not like my videos, unfortunately I do understand. But if you are down with it, I'll do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Yes, I have those godlike powers, which is why I'm going to die in 19 years. Yes, I wish I had godlike powers, don't we all? Son of a gun on that. Well, I've got a reaction video coming up. I got a game video coming up. If I got enough sleep last night, maybe I can stay awake long enough to have a game video for my game channel. Hopefully I've got my links down below. Hopefully you can also follow one of the Humble Bundle link down there that I've got. It's a little kickback. If you could visit Humble Bundle, there's bundles and all sorts of things. You go through that link, you actually kick back money in my direction, and Humble Bundle's good. They actually give money to charity, so thumbs up on that. Check the link out, you'll like it. Well, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. So avoid the death bus and live another day. If for no other reason, for me. Please